Dear students, Namaskar. I hope that you're all safe inside your house and must be carrying out your studies regularly. Today, we will study Chapter 7, Getting to Know Plants of Class 6 Science. Children, let us recall what you already know. From where do we get fruits and vegetables? So we get fruits and vegetables from plants. Name the vegetables we get from roots of plants. Carrot, radish, turnip, sweet potato are some of the vegetables which we get from roots of the plants. Name the different parts of plant. Root, stem, leaves, flower, fruit are different parts of the plant. Today we are going to learn about herbs, shrubs and trees. Stem, leaf, root, flower. Now let us know about herbs, shrubs and trees. Children, plants are those organisms which make life possible on earth. Plants give us flowers, fruits, vegetables, wood and medicines. Humans and different animals use different parts of plants to maintain their survival. Plants have mainly 4 parts: root, stem, leaves and flower. Every part performs a particular function. Now let's have a closer look at stems and branches of different plants, and on the basis of these, we classify plants into 3 categories. Plants with green and tender stems are called herbs. They are usually short and may not have many branches. Some plants have the stem branching out near the base. The stem is hard but not very thick. Such plants are called shrubs. Some plants are very tall and have hard and thick brown stem. The stems have branches in the upper part much above the ground. Such plants are called trees. Plants with weak stems that cannot stand upright and spread on the ground are called creepers, while those that take support of neighboring structures and climb up are called climbers. These are different from herbs, shrubs and trees. Stem. Children, now let us talk about a part of a plant called stem. To know about stem, let us perform an activity. Pour water to fill 1/3 of the glass. Add a few drops of red ink to the water. Cut the base of the stem of the herb and put it in the glass. 8 to 10 hours later, you will see the parts of the herb appear to have red color. How do you think the color reached there? You can cut the stem across and look for the red color inside the stem. We see red dots inside the stem. From this activity, we see that water moves up the stem. In other words, stem conducts water. Let us perform this activity with herbs having white flowers. Put one branch with a white flower in the water in glass A and add a few drops of red ink to the water. Split another branch halfway along its length and put the 2 ends in the water in glasses B and C. Put a few drops of red ink in glass B and blue ink in glass C. Now observe the glasses A, B and C after 8 to 10 hours. We see that the flower in glass A turns red and the flower in glass B and C turns half red and half blue. From this activity, we see that water moves up the stem. In other words, stem conducts water. Minerals dissolved in water also move up in the stem along with the water. The water and minerals go to leaves and other plant parts attached to the stem through narrow tubes inside the stem. Children, now let us talk about another part of the plant called leaf. Look at leaves of plants around you. Are all the leaves the same in size, shape and color? How are they attached to the stem? The part of a leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called petiole. The broad green part of the leaf is called lamina. The lines on the leaf are called veins. There is a thick vein in the middle of the leaf. This vein is called the midrib. The design made by veins in a leaf is called the leaf venation. If this design is net-like on both sides of midrib, the venation is reticulate. In the leaves of grass, you might have seen that the veins are parallel to one another. This is parallel venation. Children, you know that water is very important for our life. Similarly, plants also need water to live. But plants can't move from one place to another to get water. So how do they get water? The root in the plant absorbs water from soil and some part of this absorbed water is used by plant and the remaining water is lost by the leaves of the plant. This process of losing water by leaves of a plant in the form of water vapor is called transpiration. Let us understand transpiration with the help of an activity. Use a healthy, well-watered plant that has been growing in the sun. Enclose a leafy branch of the plant in a polythene bag and tie up its mouth as shown. Tie up the mouth of another empty polythene bag and keep it also in the sun. After a few hours, observe the inner surface of the bags. What do you see? Are there any droplets of water in any of the bags? Which bag has the droplets? How do you think they got there? Water comes out of leaves in the form of vapor by a process called transpiration. Plants release a lot of water into the air through this process. Test for starch in leaves. We would require a leaf, spirit, alcohol, a beaker, test tube, burner, water, a plate and iodine solution for this activity. Keep the green leaf in a petri dish which was kept in the sunlight for few hours. Now put the leaf in a beaker containing water. Put on the burner and place the beaker on tripod stand and heat the water until the cell wall breaks and the leaf becomes soft. Now put the leaf in a test tube and add alcohol. Now put the test tube in a beaker half filled with water. Heat the beaker till all the green color from the leaf comes out into the spirit in the test tube. The green color in the leaf is due to the chlorophyll. Take out the leaf carefully and wash it in water. Put it on a plate and pour some iodine solution over it. The leaf becomes blue-black, which indicates the presence of starch. Children, do you know how plants prepare their own food? Have you ever prepared your own food? Do you know even the smallest plant prepare their own food? The process through which plants prepare their own food is called photosynthesis. Let us know about this process and how it takes place. Plants need the following substances for photosynthesis: sunlight, carbon dioxide from air, green pigment called chlorophyll, and water from soil. Photosynthesis is carried out by green parts of the plant like leaves or soft stems. Every leaf contains tiny pores which are called stomata or stomatal pores. Leaves absorb carbon dioxide from air through these stomata. Plant cells contain small structures called chloroplasts which contain chlorophyll. Plants in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll use water and carbon dioxide to prepare their food and release oxygen, which is removed with the help of stomata. Glucose, which is produced as a result of photosynthesis, provides nutrition to the plant and help in its growth. The unused glucose is stored in the form of starch, which can be utilized later. Photosynthesis is the process in which plants use carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll and prepare their food. Root. Children, you now know that plants use water to prepare their food. Roots transport water to the stem and leaves of the plant. The non-green part of the plant, which is present inside the soil, is called root. Root performs two important functions in plant. It transports water and minerals from soil to stem and leaves. It helps in holding the plant firmly in the soil. They anchor the plant in the soil. To understand the importance of root in the life cycle of a plant, let us perform an activity. Select two weeds of the same kind from an open ground and dig them out. Take care that their roots do not break. Plant one of the weeds in the soil in pot A. Cut off the roots from the other weed and plant it in the soil in pot B. Water them regularly. Observe the plants after a week. Are both plants healthy? Both the plants are watered regularly, but one is without roots, isn't it? So we observe that plant A is healthy as before, whereas plant B is wilted. Let us try to pull out these plants out of soil. Plant A is not pulled out easily because it has roots inside the soil, whereas plant B easily comes out of the soil as it does not have any roots to hold it inside the soil. The roots help in holding the plant firmly in the soil. They are said to anchor the plant to the soil. Types of roots. Roots are of two types, taproot and fibrous root. Taproot is the type of root in which there is a main root called the taproot and The smaller roots are called lateral roots. Radish, carrot, sweet potato and turnip are examples of taproot. Fibrous roots do not have any main root. It consists of a group of fine roots spread in the soil. All roots seem similar and these are called fibrous roots. These are present in wheat, rice and maize. Flour. Children, now we will know about different parts of a flour. All flours vary in shape, size and color, but almost all flours have similar parts. And let us talk about these parts separately. The first part is pedicel. It is that part of the flower on which a flower blooms. Pedicel connects the flower with the stem and is in continuation with the stem. Sepals. The small leaf-like structures present on the outer side of a flower are called sepals. In some flowers, sepals are joined together, whereas in some flowers they are separated. Sepals protect the flower when it is in the form of a bud. Petals. Petals are the most prominent and colorful part of the flower. They are brightly colored and very beautiful. Their bright color attract the insects for pollination. Stamen. Stamen is the male reproductive part of a flower. It has two main parts, filament and anther. Anther contains pollen grains which are very tiny and appear as pollen dust. Some flowers may have one stamen, whereas some flowers may have more than one stamen. Pistil. The innermost part of a flower is called the pistil. It is the female reproductive part of a flower. It has three parts: stigma, style and ovary. Stigma is the outermost part of pistil and it is sticky in nature. It receives pollen grains during pollination. Style is a thread-like structure which connects stigma to the ovary. Ovary contains ovules which take part in reproduction and lead to seed production. If we cut the pistil longitudinally, we will be able to see small round structures. These are ovules in the ovary. Some plants contain both stamen and pistil in the same flower, whereas in some plants, stamen and pistil are present in separate flowers. It is also important to know that different flowers may contain variable number of sepals, petals, stamen and pistil. Children, let us revise what have you learnt. Roots, stem, leaves, flowers and fruits are different parts of a plant. Plants are grouped into herbs, shrubs and trees based on their height, stems and branches. The part of leaf which attaches it with a branch is called petiole, and the flat green part of the leaf is called lamina. Plants absorb water and minerals from soil through roots. Roots are of two types, taproot and fibrous root. The different parts of a flower are sepals, petals, stamen and pistil. Now let us practice a few questions. My first question is, plants prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. True or false? So the answer is True. My next question is, the loss of water in the form of water vapor from leaves of plant is called dash. And the answer is transpiration. My next question is, dash solution is used to test the presence of starch in leaves. So which solution is used? Iodine solution. My next question, what are the three types of plants? So the three types of plants are herbs, shrubs and trees. My next question is, name the two types of roots. And the answer, the two types of roots are fibrous roots and tap roots. Children, with this we complete our chapter and I hope that you all must have listened it carefully and understood it well. Children, stay home, stay safe, keep learning and keep growing. Thank you.